Introduce you. Hello. Good evening, everyone. We have a mental health check-in. Hey, Brookie. Um, Hello. Let me get live on Instagram first of all. Let's do that. We have wonderful guest this evening. This is a surprise pop-up mental health check-in. And so, of course, I had to grab my favorite therapist. I'm telling y'all know my favorite therapist. Well, I'm sorry, my niece Jalecia, she probably would have something to say about that. So let me just say my equally favorite. I have two favorite therapists, and this is one of my favorite therapists here who I'm so excited to have with me this evening. We're going to not be before you long, but let's do a mental health check-in because there's so much going on. I don't hear you. Hold on, let me see. Oh, you're on mute.
Yes, I didn't want you to hear.
Okay, no, it's fine. I'm going to introduce you anyway. So there's so much going on. Good evening, everyone. There's so much going on. I thought we could come on and do a mental health check-in. Let's check in where we are, but of course we have to bring in the therapist, right? Yep. Hi, Christy. Hey, girl. So share this live. So what we're gonna do is let's go ahead and check in. And we have our licensed therapist here. Wonderful wife, mother. She is a licensed clinical social worker. She has been working in therapy for 7 years. She's been in social work for 15 years. She has her master's in social work from the Howard University. She is just an amazing, a highly intentional and intuitive individual that really helps not only women, but she also helps men to be able to really cope and manage stress, right? Manage their lives, manage trauma. So I'm thankful to have her here tonight. Also with her co-host here is Brookie. Brookie is where, but this is Miss therapist Antoinette Fobbs, who is joining us this evening, and Miss Brookie, her baby, who is also joining us, wife and mother of 3 kids as well. So, all right. So let's go ahead with our first question. Did you want to say hey to everybody? Just
hello, everyone. And yes, this is my assistant, Brooklyn, my youngest baby. She'll be assisting us tonight, but hello.
Yes. So good. So we're going to get right into it because there's so much going on. What are some ways that you think that people, first of all, let's just go ahead and get a check-in on the climate. What have you been, hearing about how people are doing managing this kind of stress? Like how is it going out there? Like what's people been going through?
Yes. So first of all, thank you so much for having me. I am honored that you even thought about me to be on here, and I would love to collab with your niece. So we need to make that connection. But the climate right now is really, really tough, and people don't know how to manage their stress. And that's why I'm thankful to have a job so they can come to me and I can give them coping skills and mechanisms and just a ear for them to be able to discuss what they're going through and talk about it and not feel judged about what they're feeling and their emotions and to be able to process things. But with this climate of the presidency and the everyone being sick and the weather, and it's so much. It's been so much with January and February that a lot of people are really struggling right now. And so I'm just thankful that they trust me to come and talk to me about their experiences, honestly.
Wow, thank you so much. And I can only imagine what people will maybe lose their jobs, or they may even be fear of losing their jobs, fear of traveling. What has been some ways or strategies that you have given, even some of your clients on how to manage stress and anxiety?
So I'm big on mindfulness and grounding. So I have different worksheets that I give my clients with mindfulness tips. I definitely give them tools to stay grounded. I believe big in guided meditations, prayer, of course, really, really connecting to their spiritual higher power, like anything that they can utilize to help them to feel some sort of peace and normalcy, because with them losing their jobs, not knowing if they have to go back into the office, the commute now that they have to travel back and forth to work. Again, the airplanes. People are afraid of getting on planes right now, and they're afraid for their loved ones to get on planes. And so I just give them different tools. It's important to journaling,
Yeah.
and it may sound crazy, but positive self-talk. I really tell my clients to really dig deep into positive self-talk. We're so quick to be negative on ourselves and talk down on ourselves, and we're our worst critics sometimes. And so I really tell my clients, hey, you have to be your biggest cheerleader. You have to dig deep and find those great qualities within you and tell yourself, I got this. I am strong. I am brave. I am courageous. I am wonderful. I can handle this. I even do positive affirmations with my son every morning. We look in the mirror and we say, today's going to be a great day. I am strong. I'm capable of doing hard things. And I like to instill those things into my clients and give them the empowerment to help them to build and connect with themselves. Sorry. But those are some of the key things that I help with my clients with, relieving stress and self-care. Self-care is huge, because if you don't take care of yourself, it's going to be hard for you to take care of anyone else. So I believe in self-care, not just, let me go get my nails done. Let me do this. No, self-care, really self-reflecting on the things that you did for today. What are the things that you're grateful for? Thinking about the things that you have and not the things that you don't have, because we could talk about that all day, but let's be grateful of the small things that you have, the love that you have, the loved ones that's supporting you and that's surrounding you. So those are the things that I really, really try to stress with my clients, is to think about what's got you to this point right now, too. All the hard work that you did to get here, because last year you may not have been where you are today. And so I really do a lot of self-reflecting, a lot of journaling like that I promote with my clients.
Y'all, she's good. She a good therapist, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I'm being helped already. So positive affirmations, positive self-talk, yep, intentional self-care. That is so important. It's so important. I'm so thankful. It is so interesting. We have Aunt Tanya on the line. She's my aunt, our aunt, right? But you were able to join us for a wonderful change, transformational experience last May. And so at this experience, now it's not therapy. It's not therapy, but what we do is make sure we're working on ourselves to be more self-aware about how far we have grown and how far we have yet to grow. And so it's important to have a licensed therapist on the campus, being there with us at the hotel, able to reach out and touch just in case someone needs to talk to somebody. It's not really a heavy, experience where you're going to be triggered and all of that unpacking is going on. However, as someone who has a background in psychology like myself, it is best practice to make sure that you have licensed, mental health professionals on staff when you're doing anything like, what we're doing with the transformational experience. So can you share, I know you were partners with Aunt Tanya at the event when you did your small group, but can you share what was your experience like from a therapist point of view coming to a wonderful change?
It was a wonderful experience, and I love the name. It's so fitting. And I came there thinking I was gonna help, but I was actually being helped as well. I reflected on my younger brother who passed away, and so that was very important to talk about that and to see the other experiences of the individuals in the group. And it was just great, and it was great for me because they gave me some tips on grief and some things that I never said to him and that I regret, and it was a good experience for me too. So as you guys may not know, but sometimes therapists need therapists. It's important for us to talk and share, but it was amazing connecting with the other people there and noting that trauma is defined by the person. You cannot look at someone and say, oh, that's not trauma, or define what trauma is. Trauma is whatever impacted that person and it shaped them in a way that it's difficult for them to now to deal with it. And it was a great experience. I loved the food was good. The food was really good. It was amazing. And talking to the women there, and I think I spoke with your mother-in-law and we connected and spoke as well. It was just a really uplifting and fun experience, and to be around other like-minded people, and to, oh my goodness, there was a woman there who was really, I connected with her because she was just so emotional during one time, and I just was gravitated towards her. It was just something about her. I can't remember her name, but it was a beautiful experience and I really enjoyed it. It
Well,
really
awesome. Well, thank you so much. And Aunt Tanya's here also testifying that it was a life-changing experience. She loved the breakout rooms. Because remember, this is not a conference.
yeah.
And it is not a conference, right? You're not sitting there getting stuff, like just sitting there speaking. It was not a conference. It truly was. It truly is, because we're going to be in Baltimore, your neck of the woods as well. We spent many years in the Baltimore area, in the DMV area, and so you even have some still work there too. And so it's just so interesting and fitting that we would be in Baltimore. She has referred to us an amazing therapist that will be with us at A Wonderful Change Baltimore. I'm going to drop the links in the comments because it's this weekend, y'all. This weekend in Baltimore.
Sad. I wish I could be there because I really, really would have went. It was a really great experience. It was really amazing.
Yes, I'm dropping that link in the comments. It's going to be on Facebook in a minute, but it was very interactive. Yes, thank you, Aunt Tanya. Very interactive, and it's how it's going to be, because the important part of it is making sure we're doing that check-in. We are doing that check-in with ourselves to make sure that we are good to go. So, what do you think people need to know about A Wonderful Change? What do they need to know about this experience?
I think they need to know to just come as you are, come with an open heart, an open mind, and get ready to connect with some beautiful individuals, some beautiful women. Get ready to praise and pray and sing. And it was some talent there too. It was beautiful. It was really, really nice. It was amazing.
That's really good. I'm so thankful. Tell us how we can be in. Well, I just want to ask one more question about how important do you think, given the climate that we're in now, how important do you think experiences like this, is now and then will become in the future?
Oh my goodness. I think that this is so important right now, and especially with the connection with church and mental health. It is huge because sometimes, well, in the past, this was not really talked about. And I feel like the pandemic really opened up the mental health world. It really touched people in another way, and it showed that we all need a little extra help. So I think that moving forward, people are going to be, it's not going to be so shamed and biased to speak to a therapist and ask for help. And my style of therapy is talk therapy. I want to meet you where you are. I want you to feel comfortable. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I'm going to talk about this. And I feel like, no, we've all made mistakes. We've all been there. When someone comes into a session with me, I call it their self-care hour. This is your time. This is your self-care. I'm just the GPS. You're driving this car. I'm the GPS. I'm going to tell you, hey, turn right, turn here. Hey, did you think about this? Maybe, we do a lot of cognitive reframing because it's about our thoughts. Sometimes our thoughts, not sometimes, we do a lot of CBT therapy, and that's cognitive behavioral therapy, where our thoughts lead to your behaviors and your actions. And our trauma is what shaped us into thinking that way. And we don't have to do that anymore. We don't have to be ashamed of that. We can heal from our trauma, move forward, and be into a much better and positive space. So I really think that this is opening up the mental health world, and virtually. I work virtually, so you can do it from the comfort of your home. You can just, hey, wherever you are, log in. Your children can be there. As you can see, my baby was there, and it's welcoming. It's very comfortable. Some people are nervous at first, but I tell them this is your self-care hour. Let's just talk, and we can, wherever you like to meet, this is where I'm going to meet you at. And that's what I did for my clients.
Wow, that is so excellent. Thank you so much. I have dropped your contact information in the chat, but I do also want to share it here live because what you have shared with us is so important. And I believe that, as a minister, which I call myself, I'm just a servant of Jesus Christ, right? I don't have any kind of, letters behind my name as far as anything with the pastoral or anything, but I know that I love Jesus and I know that he has rescued me. He has saved me. He has set me free. And it is my faith. It is my faith that helps me to cope. It is my faith in Jesus and my reading of the word and my prayer life and my faith in him that keeps me going. It keeps me being able to press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling. Like when I do the affirmations, like using scripture, over my life and over my kids, and I'm able to confess the word of God, that is what I use. That is what I use to keep me going. I'm at full capacity, running full speed. I'm pursuing a doctorate right now. I started a ministry, all the stuff I'm doing, right? I've got a job, 9 to 5, all of those things, a leader in my church, all of those things. But the Lord is sustaining me. He is giving me the mind. He's keeping my mind even when all these distractions are going on. So what I call this political stuff that's going on, I call it distraction. Yeah. And we did a whole 7-day series on first things first. And that I didn't know how much I would rely on that, but seeking first his kingdom and all his righteousness, like seeking first the assignment that God has given me to do, because all of this stuff is distracting us from whatever it is that we have been purposed to do on this earth. So let me encourage you all, please do not lose hope. Please do not stop focusing on what you're supposed to be doing in this world. If you're called to be a therapist, then, continue to do therapy. If you're called to, write books, please write your books. Please do not let what's going on around us really prevent us from moving forward in the things that we're supposed to be doing. And that's where at transformational experience, at a wonderful change, we're going to reflect inward. We're going to look at ourselves. We're going to also celebrate how far we have come. We're going to celebrate and be able to actually, put that demarcation in the sand and say, hey, I have grown so much in this area. I am so thankful for this. And then we're able to help other people. And that's the beautiful part of it, was how we're able to help other people. So please let us encourage you that we need to make sure we are really, even when we don't think we need it for ourselves, come so you can be there for somebody else.
Yes.
Because, go ahead.
But for ourselves too, we have to be there for ourselves first. And in the breakout groups, I think we did a session on, not a session, but we did in one of the activities on ourselves, like how do people view me? I loved that. And it really had me thinking. I don't think I ever even thought about, okay, how do people view you? How does that impact? Like, what does that look like outward for everyone else? So it was wonderful because we looked at ourselves and the support of others. So we all came together. It was really, really amazing. It was nice. But I love that too about distractions. All of this stuff is here to distract us. And we kind of have to look in ourselves and say, okay, what else can I do? It was always, get you a good government job. Well, now what are we going to do? This man is really, really, it's so close to me how these people are impacted in the federal government and their jobs. Like another mom, she has to now rechange her whole routine of picking up her son. Now she has to travel from Maryland to Virginia for her job now. And it's like an hour and a half commute. Well, she was working from home, doing her job, doing what she had to do. And now she has to change so many things. So it's impacting us in so many ways. Some people are forced to resign. It's real. And I haven't seen it this close to me that this is impacted by others, by the presidency, how it's impacting a lot of my clients. And so we really got to take care of ourselves. We really do.
Oh my goodness, so much. And this is not a plug or anything, but I love to help people, especially even if people are, this too, because I've helped people that you have sent to me that need feedback on their resumes. Send them my way. I do that, I'll do that for no cost at all. I don't do it. Everything I do for the Lord. It's like it's a ministry for me. But if you all are out there, you need help with your resume, you need help with any type of career coaching or career readiness. I've then moved over now into college and career readiness, just whatever you may need, because sometimes it's time for us to go back to school, right? Sometimes it's time for us to go back and get a trade. But if you need help in that area, I also somehow triple or quadruple as a career coach. So if you need help, you can also DM me, and I also, I'm there for those who lost your job or something. I work with everybody. I really just want to see you succeed. I just want to see everybody, everybody eats B, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody be out here eating, So I'm not really this is not about money. This is about how can we all pull together. And I guess this will be my last point before we go, because I know this will open up a whole nother conversation, but the kids is quiet right now.
Yes, take advantage.
Because Jesus loves me, that's why. But this last one, what about this idea of, this Black women coming in to save the day? Now, this situation right here looks dire. And knowing that we did not have, that Black women may be in society not looked upon as the leaders. However, in a crisis situation, how do you see Black women rising up yet again to help save the world in this instance?
You know what? It's so your questions have been just amazing, but we have been the underdogs for so long, but yet we've been carrying this country on our back for years. We are the ones who were. I just posted something about the wet nurses. We were nursing these babies, these white babies. And I hate that. I think it was maybe like the 60s, or I'm not sure, whenever my dad was born, that my grandmother, they gave her something to dry up her milk. To dry up her milk, not to feed her own son. And it's just that's why it's important for me to do that with I'm sorry, I'm going on the tangent, but the fact that we are the most educated group, we are so moving forward, and we just need to continue to come together and continue to do for ourselves and plug into the community. So I love the forefront that we're on now. And we may feel like, okay, with some areas where it's a lot of us who are single and we are doing this as single women, but women, hold on to it. You're going to find that man. You are going to find that Black man, but we have to continue to build into the community as much as we can with the children. Instilling this in them, instilling this in our young Black men, because they need to see it. We need to now have our daughters match up to us and to these men right now, since there is an inequality of men and women out here with the education levels, but we have to start instilling it into the next generation. I love this for our Black women. I want us to unite more. I am so for my Black women. I love it. I love it. I hate that we don't get the credit, but I think people are seeing it, because now we are so requested. They are requesting Black women therapists. My schedule is so full because so many people come because they want to see someone who looks like them. And so in the mental health field, we are really booming. They're like, I want a Black therapist. I want a Black woman therapist. And I have all races. It's a white male who requested me. And so I'm loving this for us. Yes, I'm loving this for us. So we just need to keep pushing and keep instilling it into our young people so that they can start. Because sometimes we're like, well, what is going on? Where is our men? And I'm sorry, I'm not bashing men right now. I'm not bashing you guys. I have a wonderful husband. I love him. But I hear about it with my single friends. And I want us to instill it into our young boys so that they can be the next educated level as well. They got to meet us here, So sorry if I'm bashing y'all. I'm not.
No, but I'm here to share with you. We need your voice. The kids can come. The kids can be there. We need your voice. We need your voice out here. We need more licensed therapists to speak up, whatever, Black, white, I don't care, whatever, Latina, whatever. We need your voice to speak up and to share, some of those tips. I don't know if you're on TikTok or whatever, but wherever you want to share. But we particularly need it on these platforms. I know everybody's on TikTok, and that's great for them. But those of us who can't download it anymore because we deleted it all. I had one, but it was too addictive for me. Sorry.
I only go on there at a certain time of night. I really have to be disciplined with it, but I am right now revamping my brand. I am hearing you. I just want to make sure that it looks right. I don't want it to look a certain type of way. So I am revamping my brand. I'm trying to be all inclusive with my name. And yeah, I'm working on that. So when I see you in May, I will be together at that point. I got you.
Yes. And what's happening in May is a wonderful change in Raleigh. Yes. So Wonderful Change is on tour. I think we all know that by now. So thankfully, we all can understand the importance of mental health and checking in, and how, Wonderful Change is not necessarily a mental health, support group or a support experience. It is an experience that helps us to check in. We need to be aware of ourselves. We need to be aware of what is going on really. Are there any areas in us that we need to unpack? And so I want us to make sure that we are, really being intentional about that. And I know I was led of the Lord to make sure that I do that I actually create a space for people to check in and become more aware of themselves and their relationships with others. Because remember, it's not all about what we think about ourselves. It's about how others see us and how we are presenting in the world. Because we can be deceived. So A Wonderful Change, Speak Truth and Love Ministries presents. It's on tour. We'll be in Raleigh, May 2nd and May 3rd. Now that registration doesn't open until right after Baltimore ends. So February 21st, 22nd, that registration for Raleigh will open. So I hope everyone will get their tickets as soon as possible. And then we'll be in California in October later on. But you go to speaktruthandlove.com or click the link in the comments where I have added the link directly to where you will get the tickets on Eventbrite. It's this Friday, y'all. Come on, Friday night. We're going to have praise and worship and great food. You heard a therapist, Fobbs, tell you about it. Great food. The importance of great food is the fact that, we want to eat good. Everybody want to eat good. We want to make sure that all of your needs are met. Remember Maslow's hierarchy of needs?
That's right.
So we make sure that your environment is beautiful, is pristine. We're at the Sheraton Baltimore North in Townsend, Maryland. Beautiful, right on the water. Beautiful hotel. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be beautiful. And so you're not going to have to worry about your environment. You're not going to have to worry about food or water. We're going to have some vendors there as well. Dijon Candles. I know she'll be very familiar with my husband's candle company. Out there. Yeah. And then we also have Ambassador brand clothing. So there'll be a clothing Christian clothing company will also be vending out there in Baltimore as well. So we are ready. We are ready to receive you. We hope that you come and that you have a wonderful time. Tell a friend, share it with your family who live in Baltimore, that area, because we are ready. We are coming. We have a job to do, which is coming to make sure that we are really coming to spread the love of Christ. And we do so when we are healed, whole, and ready to help other people, right? So I'm so thankful for you joining me. I'm going to put your contact information back on the screen. This is Antoinette Fobbs, licensed clinical therapist, and she can be reached. I did put her information in the chat, in the comments, and on both Instagram and Facebook. So you should be able to see that. I'm putting this back up here again because you can email her there.
And you can also text that number too. I respond to text messages because sometimes I'm just like in sessions all day. So if you feel comfortable texting that number, it is a Google Voice number, but I will respond to your text messages as well.
Yes, it's at email theeventingspacetherapy@gmail.com, or you see the phone number 301-818-1103. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so thankful that she said yes. I was super surprised, But thank you to the children who have just been just a little bit. Yeah, they love me.
Yes. Well,
So,
yeah, and thank you for so much. You don't understand how much this means to me. Thank you for even thinking of me. I appreciate it.
thank y'all. Please share this video, share this with your friends. We thank you all so much. Thank you for joining us. God bless you all. See y'all later. Bye-bye.